Good morning, everyone. Today we have a new reading lesson, the first story of this quarter, inshallah, The Skunk Ladder by Patrick F. McManus. Before we start, let's have a quick review about the title and the genre and the question of the week. Listen first.
The Skunk Ladder by Patrick F. McManus. Illustrated by Richard Johnson. Question of the week. How can we find adventure in ordinary events? Genre. Humorous fiction has characters and action that make you laugh. As you read, notice how the author creates humor out of two boys' boredom.
Okay, The Skunk Ladder is the title, and it's written by Patrick F. McManus. The genre, humorous fiction. It's not historical fiction, it's not realistic fiction, it's not non-fiction, it's humorous fiction. And what means by humorous fiction? Humorous fiction, let me say comedy, let me say funny story. The characters and the action of the story make you laugh. Okay, if you feel bored of something like that, you're trying to find something, an adventure for you, and exciting, maybe dangerous, maybe an exciting, and let's see. And according to the question of the week, how can we find adventures in our ordinary events? Watch this film and we discuss it after.
How can we find adventure in ordinary events?
I built a treehouse out of old boards in my backyard. That was an adventure.
And I bet it was pretty fun. Adventures can happen anywhere, right in your own home or yard, at a city park, or even at school. Adventures take many forms. Some adventures require using your imagination. Imagine what it would be like to embark on a wildlife safari, go on a trail through a desert, take a hike through a forest, or walk around a prairie near your home. Other adventures require you to take initiative. That is, start doing something. You might turn something mundane, like doing your chores, into a treasure hunt. Adventures happen to us when we least expect them, when we are feeling carefree or playing and relaxing. So we need to relish them when they happen. This week you will learn that adventures can happen every day because of our surroundings and as a result of our actions. How can you find adventure in ordinary events?
So everyone, the question for right now is for you. And if you'd like to know the answer, or if you'd like to have more answers, possible answers, I would like all of you get your books ready and open it page 168 and 169. I already open my book. So open your book in this page. Okay. So in this picture, as you see, a family, a man, two boys, all of them, they having an adventure, different adventures. According to this family, how might be having an adventure? Yes, they are going somewhere, right? But this place they're going to, they have gone before this place before? No. How do you know? I don't know, of course. But if they are having an adventure, so this place should be a new place for them. So they are having an adventure in a place they have never been before, like prairie or somewhere. And what about this man on the right? Yes, what he's doing? He's handling a snake. And why he's doing that? Maybe he is a park ranger, maybe he is a zoologist, or maybe someone said that he's a magician. No, he's not, of course. So, and why is handling it? Maybe he's a park ranger. So we can find adventures in our jobs as well, and some places. And the two boys here, what they're doing? Yes, they are climbing a tree, right? What about their feeling? Yes, they're happy. Of course they are happy. They are laughing here, you see. So we find adventures with people or especially with our friends. So let's see here. We can find adventures in our ordinary events. Adventures can happen everywhere: homes, city parks, yachts, and schools. Adventures take many forms using your imagination. One of them take initiative, start doing something, and we may find adventures in jobs as well. And the last one here, we find adventures with our friends, and once they happen, try to relish them, try to enjoy them. Okay, so everyone, we are ready now to start. Now open your books page 176 and 178, 177, the two pages here, the first two pages of the story, these two pages. As you see here, the two boys, we don't know them yet. They are thinking of doing something. Maybe they are feeling bored or something like that. And do you remember, guys, literary elements of any story? Yes, what are they? Think. Characters, setting, plot, and theme. Characters, the character, maybe people or animals. Setting, when and where, place and time. Plot, the events of the story. And theme, the big idea of the story. So we start. I give you two options right now. Either you listen or read by yourself. I prefer listening, but if you like to read, up to you. But I give you a chance right now to listen after we discuss it.
My friend Crazy Eddie Muldoon and I were sitting on the Muldoon corral fence one summer afternoon trying to think of something to do. This was shortly after I had nearly drowned in the creek while testing Eddie's deep-sea diving apparatus, and after we had crashed in our homemade plane during takeoff from the roof of the Muldoon barn, and after our submarine had failed to surface with us in the pond, but before Mr. Muldoon started being treated by old Doc Mosby for a mysterious nervous condition. I recall mentioning to Eddie that his father seemed to be awfully jumpy that summer, and Eddie said he had noticed it too and wondered if it might not be caused by eating vegetables. Even as we sat on the fence, Mr. Muldoon came by on his tractor and stopped to study us suspiciously. "What are you two up to now?" he demanded. "Nothing, Pa," Crazy Eddie said. "Just trying to think of something to do." Mr. Muldoon shuddered. "Well, when you think of it, you let me know before you start to do it, you hear?" "Sure, Pa," Eddie said. "I guess what we'll do is go dig in the dirt. We've been talking about doing that." "Okay," said Mr. Muldoon, shifting his tractor into gear. "Just don't build nothing." Then he drove off. "What kind of hole are we going to dig?" I asked Eddie. He stared off into space, his face enveloped in that dreamy expression that always accompanied one of his wondrous new ideas. "A big hole," he said. "A real big hole."
A real big hole. So guys, let's go to the literal elements. What are the characters so far? Yes, Crazy Eddie Muldoon. Who else? I. You? No. Me? Mr. Mahmoud? No. Your dad, your mom. Who? I. Who? Narrator, of course. We didn't know his name yet. And who else? Yes, Mr. Muldoon. And what are the good boys doing? They are thinking of something to do. And they are crazy, right? Of course, maybe one of them is crazy and the other one, we don't know him yet. So what about the adventures that they already had? Yes, here he said he had drowned in the creek while testing Eddie's deep-sea diving apparatus. By the way, the meaning of this word apparatus means tools or equipment, especially used for technical or scientific purposes. If you have technical problem or scientific problem, it's called and using tools or equipment, we use the word apparatus. And what else? Another adventure they already had. Yes, crashing a homemade plane during takeoff. In other adventures, yes, there is one left, right? A submarine that had failed to surface with us in the pond. Three adventures that they already have before. That's why here, if you read in the second paragraph, Mr. Muldoon came by on his tractor and stopped to study us especially. Like, hey, what are you doing here? What are you up? What are you two up to do? What are you doing? What are you gonna do? He demanded. Nothing, but no, nothing. Crazy Eddie said, just trying to think of something to do. Okay, guys. Next page here, Mr. Muldoon shuddered. Okay, when you think of it, you let me know before you start doing it. You hear me? You hear? Sure, ba, Eddie said. I guess we will do is go dig in the dirt. We have been talking about doing that. Okay, said Mr. Muldoon, shifting his tractor in the gear. Just don't build nothing. You see, double negative here. You see? Does make sense? I told you if there are two double negative in one sentence means positive. So they are going to do, if you use double negative in one sentence, if you read here in the top of the page that he already warned them, don't do nothing before you tell me first. So he would like to stress, he would like to emphasize, he repeat again, don't build nothing. If your dad one day told you that never do something, never do something, never do something, next time he would like to emphasize it. Stress is what he already asked you not to do it. Just don't build nothing. It's like stress, repeating. Okay? What kind of hole are we going to dig? I asked Eddie. He stared off in space, his face enveloped in the dreamy expression that always accompanied one of his wondrous new ideas. A big hole, he said. A real big hole. Okay? So let's see this question together. What kind of relationship between the narrator and Eddie? Are they friends? Or they are cousins or brothers? Yes, they are friends. Next question. Text evidence. When I say text evidence, go back to your book and find the answer. You don't have to think so much. What adventures have the characters had before? We already said them, right? Testing deep sea diving apparatus. Excellent. Crashing homemade plane after taking off. Yes, that's it. What else? And the last one. A submarine that failed to surface with them. Okay, 3 adventures they had before. And in this question, infer. Use your knowledge. I'll try to think deeply. Why does the author list these adventures? Why do you think that? Yes, think. I'm giving you a chance to think. To tell us they may have another adventure. Yes. What else? What do you think else? To tell us they are crazy? Yes, as well, no problem. But let me tell you that he told us these adventures to tell us it foreshadowed. Foreshade, by the way, foreshadow. Sorry, foreshadow means it's like a sign of what will happen in the future. Something will happen in the future, so I use the verb foreshadow. Write the spelling FORESHAWO. Again, sorry. FORESHADOW. Foreshadow means a sign that something will happen in the future, and they will getting into another crazy adventure, as they already crazy, by the way. Use your background knowledge to answer these questions. How could the two friends' activity be described? Yes. How can you describe these adventures? Crazy adventures, of course. What else? Dangerous? Yes, some of them dangerous. Yes, they have a submarine and they're going in the deep of the water, so dangerous, of course. Realistic? Are they realistic? Can you believe it? Unrealistic. These are unrealistic because they are using their imagination to do it, but they failed, of course. Okay, B. How does what you know about planes and submarine make paragraph 1 humorous? I have already said the answer. What you know about planes and submarines? Are you able to fly a plane or make a submarine that works well? I know one of you that had already a mini tiny computer, the smallest computer, and we tried together. I helped them, but we did nothing at the end. So what do you think, guys, in the same age make this paragraph humorous, comedy, or funny? That we already know that it would be very difficult to make planes or submarine works well, right? Yes, that makes paragraph 1 humorous. Again, the answer, it's difficult to make planes and submarines works well. Does the author here use exaggeration and create humor? Did you laugh? Some of you, no, mister, we didn't. Of course we did. I did. So, yes, he did. Or he does. I hope it's clear so far. So, complete this question. The story genre is historical fiction, right? No. It's humorous fiction. The characters so far, 3. Crazy Muldoon, Mr. Muldoon himself, and narrator. Its idea was to what? To dig a hole, a real big hole. This quote, who said it to whom? Just trying to think of something to do. Who said it? Yes, Crazy Eddie. To whom? Mr. Muldoon. Next, just don't build nothing. Who said it? Me? No, not me. Mr. Muldoon. To whom? The 2 boys. Not just one. The 2 boys. Okay, guys. I hope it's clear so far. If you need help, just text me. If you need further practice, just ask me. And read the story, read the 2 pages, and inshallah tomorrow or after tomorrow we are gonna have the next 2 pages. Thank you guys for listening. Assalamu alaikum.